Welcome back to Taiwan Outlook. Join us today is Mr. Hank Du, National Director of World Vision Taiwan. Mr. Du, we've been talking about the function or role of the World Vision Taiwan in Taiwan. But as we know that your organization is also doing international works.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your international programs?
Yes, we work with the partnership, the other members of the partnership. There are 109 countries in the world. So World Vision Taiwan is currently working with the other 38 countries, mostly in Asia, in Africa, and some in Latin America, and a few in Eastern Europe.
Yeah. What kind of service do you provide to other recipient countries?
Yeah, I think the core of our works, the whole ministry, is based on the community base. So we have the ADP, what we call the Area Development Programs. So among the 38 countries, we are now supporting and working with the World Vision staffs in these countries to do the ADP works. And the ADP works could be lasting for 10 to 15 years. So that's a long-term development works. The other works we are doing is that the relief works. There are two kinds of relief works. One is the short-term disaster. You know, it happens just all of a sudden. It's just like tsunami. The other kind of the disaster works, relief works, is for the chronic disasters. It's just like HIV/AIDS, the pandemic disease, and the drought, the famine, the famine situation, because of the drought, because of the global warming, because any kinds of, or the children who are under the war, in a war, for example, the Rwanda. So we provide assistance to not only the peace building works, but also help those families. They lost their parents, the whole village, maybe thousands of the families. They just have no parents there. All the teenagers, kids are taking care of their younger sisters and brothers and making lives by themselves. So we call this kind of house is a CHH, childhood house. So we have a special assistant to help these families. So these are all the development works, relief works we are majorly doing with those countries.
What do you primarily give to those people? Money, resources, or service in general?
So actually, we are moving from just a service delivering to empower them. So this is what I've just mentioned. That's the development works. That's the essential, very crucial, essential points of these works. So we empower them to make to provide a training to make them be capable. Their knowledge, their skill, their experience. So, but also we in the relief works, we need to, in a very short term, we need to collect enough funds. So we provide all the assistance, all kinds of assistance, blanket, food, everything, health care, and in the long run, longer term, we do the rehabilitation. For example, the Nias Island of the tsunami in Indonesia, the remote island, who has been where there are 800,000 people and heated, impacted by twice big earthquake. So we have finishing 20 schools reconstruction. So this kind of rehabilitation is also the works we're doing.
In principle, in general, what are the most difficult parts in terms of implementing these kind of international humanitarian aid programs?
I think we need to work with the community. We need to work with the local government. We need to work with the different other partnership in that scenario, in that context. So we need to train ourselves. We need to be capable to work with them as a team, and we ourselves needs to be professional. Otherwise, we cannot be trusted. And second part of the challenge is that how do we do the accountability? We need to be transparent. So we have a Christianity base in our organization. So that the point of that is that we want to be transparent, and integrity is very important. So in many contexts, in many situations, we have to face the challenge that we don't do anything bad.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that all the money are well managed and goes to the right place, goes to the benefit of those needy people.
As you mentioned that the trust and accountability or transparency are the keys, are very important keys to the success of the programs. But is it difficult to get the trust from the local people in such a short time?
It is never easy.
Yeah.
So it needs to be patient. We need to gain the trust by, sometimes we need to do some sacrificed works. We don't want them to, give us a claps. They say how good we are. We're not expecting that, but we just want to them know that we are here, work with you. So the key point is that we are not come here to help you.
Yeah.
We are not pity on you. We want to be a partner with you. So we work together, and we respect you. So one of the theme of our vision is that we are walking with the poor and learning from the poor. So we show our respect to them. That really helped to making people trust us.
Working with the local people is one thing, but working with the local governments or local authorities is another thing.
Yeah.
Do you find any difficulties in cooperating or making friends with the local authorities in giving the aid to the local people?
Most of the cases are fine because we have been doing this for a long time. I bet there are big challenges in the beginning. But as World Vision has built up its reputation. So most of the government, they respect us. They don't push us to give the money through them, but they respect us. So what we can provide to them is that we work with the government. We don't give the money to government and then ask government to give the money to the community. That could generate a lot of problems.
Right.
But we directly provide the services, provide the projects, all the works in the projects directly to the community. But the government, we invite government to be part of that. So we invite them to monitor us.
That's right.
To audit us, and we learn each other. So they also, get the experience and get the practices, learning from us.
In most cases, do you also cooperate with other NGOs, other international organizations?
Oh yes, of course. We are not, we are not Superman to do everything. So although we have been developed a lot of very important technical things, but we still need to work with some other organizations like psychological development. We need to work with some of the smaller NGO, small organizations, but who are very professional in some specific areas, like a special disease, like some special engineering works. So we work together.
In terms of geography, where is your targeted geographical area for World Vision Taiwan?
Besides the Taiwan itself, we have been working in Africa and Asia. I think Asia, many countries in Asia, almost equally important, and that occupies about maybe 60-70 of our works internationally. So the countries like Africa, like Mozambique, South Africa, Rwanda, Sudan, West Africa areas, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Niger, Chad.
So been everywhere.
Many countries. And in Asia, Sri Lanka, India, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Laos. We started works in Myanmar recently, and some works in Cambodia. So these are all in Asia areas.
Is there a division of labor among World Visions in different countries? I mean, how do you coordinate the humanitarian aid?
We, as I said, we are a partnership. So in each of these countries, there are World Vision entity there, and we have a regional office and the global center to make sure that we are moving toward the same goal, and we are making sure that we have the work standard, and we have to maintain a very good working behavior and integrity and transparency, accountability. So we have a model called the LEAP, LEAP, for our development works. LEAP is the acronym for learning through evaluation, accountability, and planning. So we try to be professional to coordinate all the works together, so we're not wasting the resources.
In terms of international humanitarian aid and in comparison with other World Visions, what are the comparative advantages of World Vision Taiwan?
Well, World Vision Taiwan is, we have, one is that we are very, our agility is good. We've been flexible. We try our best to be flexible to link all the resources together to provide the resource in time. And also, Taiwan has quite high ability of like the health care, the public, the medical services. So we've been doing this, cooperating with some of the hospitals in Taiwan to provide assistance to many countries. But most of them, among all the advantages of Taiwan, I think one I like to share is that we have a lot of individual donor, individual supporters, and they are. Sometimes we've been touched so much because they are not, even themselves are not wealthy. They've been living in a quite difficult situation.
But they're very generous.
They're very generous. And these, I think, all these are our strengths.
But on the other hand, Taiwan is also excluded from many international activities, and especially international organizations, governmental ones. Do you think that through your cooperation, other countries also appreciate Taiwan's unique status in the international community?
Yes, of course, definitely. Although Taiwan politically is not been recognized by many international organizations, but it doesn't matter. I think we have our advantage, we have our strengths, and we are, until we are very capable, and we have a good heart, everybody welcome us. I visited Niger, the Muslim country.
That's right.
And we don't have a formal diplomatic relationship, but the community, the government officers, they appreciate that. They respect that. And we've been in many countries like India, the community, the whole community, they welcome us so much. Not mentioning those countries like El Salvador or Honduras, we have the
diplomatic ties.
But that's not the point. Until you have a great heart, until you are capable, until you are faithful, you're consistent, sustainable, everybody just welcome you.
As you mentioned at the very beginning, that Taiwan was a recipient country and then become a donor country. Do you have any success stories about helping other countries to move from a recipient country to another, a donor country?
That's a very good question, because we are trying this because this is our experience. We have this kind of experience, and among our partnership, many countries are appreciate that, like South Africa. They are now raising their funds only by their own. They do some of their local works. So sometimes we work together. Sometimes we have some meetings. We share experiences. And many other countries like Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, or Thailand, especially Thailand. Last year we conducted a international training in Taipei. So we invite those countries, send people to Taipei. So they're so appreciate that we experienced how we started from the recipient countries to be the giving country, and that's a big challenge. So they are now facing the same situation. So we share the experience, and we ask some of the senior people to give the lectures, give the training. But this is just the beginning. I think there are more and more countries will follow the steps of Taiwan. And the Taiwan experience is very, very precious, very, very valuable to all the countries in the developing countries.
Good. As we know that you were, high-ranking business people, manager at a very important multinational corporation.
No, that's okay.
And then you become a national director of the World Vision Taiwan. So when we come back, we'll talk about your personal career change and personal experience of involving in this humanitarian work. Let's take a short break. Stay with us.